Hey everybody, just been thinking about stuff. Um, my husband and I, we lost like 3 parents within like 8 weeks, and just been thinking a lot about life and death and the legacy we leave behind when we die. And I think the most important legacy we leave behind is how people remembered us. Like how did we treat our loved ones? Were we a forgiving person or legalistic and critical and apathetic? And, if I'm dealing with it, I know there's other people out there that are dealing with it. Where maybe you're the kind of person that people will assume you're stupid or just assume you're a screw up because maybe you're not on the outside, you don't seem as successful as most people. But, but deep inside of you, there's a lot of wisdom and understanding, and you try to be humble and forgiving and malleable and flexible with what God does to us in this life, reshaping us, teaching us lessons, putting difficult people in our path so that we can learn and grow stronger. And this year I've been just thinking a lot about unforgiveness and bitterness because when my mother-in-law, she had become incredibly cruel and vindictive and proud and spiteful and vengeful in the last 30 years of her life. And she pushed away everyone that loved her. And she despised people who were soft-hearted or tender-hearted and compassionate. She didn't understand other people's suffering because it was almost like she assumed that everyone had the same opportunities that she did. And if your life didn't go this way, well, that's your fault. You're stupid, or she didn't respect anyone. She had a really high opinion of herself, and she'd become very angry and bitter. And I just saw firsthand how it corrupted her and how it really wounded the people closest to her that loved her, that tried everything they could to make her happy, tried everything they could to show her that they loved her, and it was never good enough. And she was so unforgiving, and just everyone disgusted her. And she was smarter than everyone. But she was a very lonely, miserable woman because of that. And with losing 3 parents in like 8 weeks, it's made me think about how short and how brief this life is and what's really important. And I feel that the love and compassion and understanding and mercy and forgiveness we grant others, because it's a gift when you show mercy and grace to someone who's suffering, even if you don't understand why they're suffering. I mean, sure, if the person is like a chronic line stepper and they are a scammer and take advantage of you, sure, you get to a point where you can't extend that mercy and grace anymore. But I'm talking about just like normal day-to-day familial, your friend group kind of showing mercy and grace to people. And how when you stop showing grace and mercy to people who are suffering, it does something to you. It like corrupts you, makes you cold and apathetic. And then it's like these kind of people, they construct these stories in their mind to justify. Oh, look at the birds. The Canadian geese. They have these stories and these excuses as to why they treat everyone that way, or why this person doesn't deserve mercy or grace or forgiveness or understanding. And it just makes them miserable, makes their lives miserable, and everyone that has to live with them and interact with them miserable. And it does a lot of damage. I saw how she damaged her children, her spouse, and even myself. Like for 18 years, I just wanted her love. I just wanted to be her best friend. And it was just like at every turn, she would betray me and just say horrible, bizarre things about me to other people just to turn them against me. And I couldn't understand it. But it's like, she was just mean. It's like she enjoyed being mean. It's like, I call them anger junkies. It's almost like they get high off of being angry. It makes them feel invigorated, like they snorted a line of cocaine. Like when you probably know someone like this, where they get you on the phone and they want to tell you the same story about how someone did them wrong, and it's the same story you've heard 500 times, and by the time you get off the phone, you have a migraine and black circles under your eyes. But losing these parents in like 8 weeks, it's I've seen firsthand what it's like when somebody dies. When my father-in-law was dying, he was surrounded by his children. Everyone loved him. I mean, we found out later a lot of other things that upset a lot of people, but he had a good death. Despite what he did to his children, he had a good death, and his children loved him. And I think that's real wealth. When you leave behind a legacy where when people remember you, they think of you fondly. They're like, she was so much fun to hang out with. She always made me feel better. I remember this one time I was going through something, and she just came over and watched movies with me. Or he'd take me out for a burger, and we'd go bowling whenever I wanted to end it all. People, those are the kind of stories that live on in the hearts of our loved ones that are left behind in this world, that when we pass on, and that is so important. I just thought I would make a message, because there's a little group of you guys that always watch my silly videos that don't have any point. Well, they do have a point. A little tiny group of us here. I thank you for hanging out with me and listening to me talk while I figure out life. If I'm going through it, you're going through it too. Somebody out there is going through it. And I just wanted to let you know, I know it hurts to be somebody who feels things deeply, tries to be humble, can admit when you're wrong, and has difficult people in your life who don't reciprocate the love and forgiveness that you do. Maybe they think you're stupid, and they go behind your back and try to turn people against you and make other people think you're the mean one, you're the stupid one. But God knows who you really are, and so do your closest ones, your trusted friends, and the family you chose to be in your life. They know who you really are. And those people that just live off of hatred and being legalistic and apathetic, I know it hurts to cut them off, but sometimes that's what you gotta do. Even if it's just for a little while. It doesn't have to be forever, but you gotta protect yourself, your mental health, your physical and spiritual health. And sometimes just turning that phone off is a huge kindness to yourself. Because if they won't let you heal, you have to take steps to defend your own peace, like it's a golden treasure, and thieves are trying to come and destroy this treasure you have. Because life is a spiritual battle here. And some of you know what I'm talking about. All right. Love you. Bye.